Hi friends, let's discuss current affairs. The first question today relates to the country of Maldives. This is Maldives, my friends. As you can see, they have had a new president, Mohammed Muizzu. This guy, is going to run this very important country. Why is it important? Because both China and India are vying for, influence in this country. Traditionally, Malé, which is a seat of Maldives, the capital of Maldives, has been pretty close to India. But of late, with China's emergence and with its need for power projection in the Indian Ocean, things are taking a different turn. Now, much to the dismay of India, things haven't been going well for our country in this part of the world. Till recently, there was a guy called Muhammad Ibrahim Soleh. Muhammad Soleh, S-H, or you could call him Ibrahim Muhammad Soleh, Soleh. He still is a president. The new guy is going to yet to take office, but the new guy is pro-China, whereas the guy who is going out, Ibrahim Muhammad Soleh, is pro-India, but he's lost the vote, and consequently, China is back to controlling, what the government in Maldives must do to take care of its strategic interests, China's strategic interests. This country Maldives, as you can see, it's here. This is India's southernmost point, Kanyakumari. From here, this is called mainland India. Okay, the island territories, including Lakshadweep here in the north and Andaman Nicobar Islands in the far right, basically that's far east there. These would make India own territory, the whole of India. But if you're looking at only the continental part of our country, that is part of Asia, direct landmass, continuous landmass, it would be called mainland India. Maldives is 750 kilometers from the southernmost point in India. Now, how big is Maldives? Well, not big actually. It's the smallest country in Asia by area. It's the smallest country by area. How small is it? 298 square kilometers. Now, this 298 square kilometers is not one continuous landmass. No. There are 26 atolls, ATOLLS. An atoll is more of a, it's kind of an island, but it's more of a creation of coral polyps and other things. So these, you see this, these are all atolls here. Yeah, these are 26 atolls and they are spread across 90,000 square kilometers. So this 298 square kilometer area that Maldives has is spread across 26 atolls, which themselves are spread across 90,000 square kilometers. So it's a very big area that Maldives runs. What you need to understand here is this, that it's also the world's lowest lying country. What does it mean? Well, its average height, altitude above sea level is about 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters would, which that's more this, yeah, which would be like 1.5 meters is about 5 feet. So 5 feet is where, a little under 5 feet is the average height above sea level. So the altitude being just about 1.5 meters above sea level, it is prone to the negative adverse consequences of climate change induced rise in sea levels. So things are pretty dire when it comes to climate change in Maldives, my friends. Now there is one more thing here. The highest point on this, let's say we talked of the average altitude, average height, which is 1.5 meters. But if you take the highest point, it's about 2.4 meters. Yes, that's it. The highest point is about 2.4 meters. So, most of the population of about 5.2 lakh people live in Malé. 5.2 lakh population would make Maldives the second least populated country in Asia. The first is of course Brunei. You must have heard of Brunei. Brunei is here. You can see here. This is the island of Borneo. The southern part of Borneo is Indonesia. Northern part is Malaysia. Within the northern part, there is this territory called Brunei, a country called Brunei, Brunei. So Brunei's population is about 4.5 lakh. Maldives 5.2 lakh. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that we shared now. The capital is Male, MALE there. Almost all of these, if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these, choices have had people of Indian origin for a long time. In fact, Mauritius, the Prime Minister, there is a guy called Pravind Jugnauth. Pravind Jugnauth, Pravind Pravind Jugnauth, Jugnauth. Okay, where is Mauritius? Just north of Madagascar. This is where the cursor is. Okay, northeast of Madagascar. Fiji is in the, it's northeast of Australia. That would mean it's in the Pacific Ocean. Fiji's Prime Minister is Sitiveni Rabuka, Sitiveni. Sitiveni Rabuka, Rabuka. Seychelles, it's here. Yeah, it's off the east coast of Australia, Africa. Seychelles is run by President Wavel, Wavel, Ramkalawan, Ramkalawan, Ramkalawan. So these are all guys, whose forefathers were born in India. Okay. Malaysia's Prime Minister is a guy called Anwar Ibrahim. So, Maldives, lowest lying country in the world with an average height of about 1.5 meters, and smallest country in Asia by area, about 298 square kilometers. Second smallest by population, about 5.2 lakh. Smallest being Brunei. Which country is set to launch Southeast Asia's first high-speed bullet train named Whoosh, a multi-billion-dollar project backed by China? Well, Whoosh is the short form of a very long, Indonesian language word, language name, in fact. So we'll just call it Whoosh. Is a sound that something that goes fast makes, actually. Okay. Let me tell you a little about this multi-billion-dollar project. It's a project that was built by China. The total length of the route, this particular project, high-speed bullet train that would take, as of today, is between Jakarta and Bandung. Jakarta, as you know, is a current capital of Indonesia, and Bandung, Bandung. This is a major city there in the center of the island. Okay. Java, the island is called Java. So Jakarta to Bandung is a distance about 149 kilometers. Take 150 kilometers. Today it takes about 3.5 hours to cover that distance. But this train is going to take 40 minutes. Now you may wonder, 40 minutes is a pretty good time, but then it has cost a lot of money. $7.3 billion is what the Chinese have spent on this project. $7.3 billion is a lot of money for a project like this, my friends. Now, inevitably, there is this comparison with the bullet train project in India. The current sole bullet train project in India is planned between Ahmedabad, Sabarmati Ahmedabad and Mumbai. It's a distance of 508 kilometers. 508 kilometers. The length of this, majority of the length, it will be in Gujarat, basically. Okay. Now, the total project cost, if you want to write, you could write this also. The total project cost is estimated to be around $15 billion. 500 plus kilometers, $15 billion. Second thing, this project will be financed by Japan. About $12 billion, that's about 90,000 crore rupees, 88, 90,000 crore rupees is going to be funded by Japan. So 12 out of $15 billion will come from Japan. Now Japan is going to build this entire rail network, this entire rail system. The technology would come from them, all that stuff, wherewithal, the bullet train, the entire train itself, what you call rake, wagons and all that, engines and all. So this is what many people say not required for a country like India. Now I'll not get into the merits of it, but I can tell you something here. $12 billion is not a lot of money, considering that it's being funded by someone else. So Japan is going to lend India $12 billion. This is a 50-year loan, 50. What's the interest rate? 0.1%. 0.1%. Now, if that's something, something of a large number, let me tell you, $12 billion, 0.1% interest, 50-year term, but there will be a 15-year moratorium. That is, for the first 15 years after the operationalization of the rail line, no payment will, has to be made to Japan. So the payment will start only after 15 years after the line starts, the train starts. Now think about it. Many people say, no, look, we should spend this money on safety of the Indian Railways. Yes, we should. But remember one thing. This money is not being spent from the safety fund of the Indian Railways. This money is coming from Japan. Okay? It is not our money. We are borrowing. But $12 billion is peanuts for a country like India. See, if you look at a scheme like NAREGA, it has a budget of about, last year the budget was 73,000 crore. This year it's 60,000 crore. Is it a lot of money? No, not at all. So we need to look at it this way. We need to expedite infrastructure in our country. We need to make it better. See, the current distance between Ahmedabad and Mumbai is covered by a train. The fastest train is Duronto Express. It takes 6 hours 15 minutes. 6 hours 15 minutes is a long time for a distance of 500 kilometers. This bullet train is likely to take about 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on the stops, but 2 to 2.5 hours. So for the poor, for the people who cannot afford, there are always trains, buses and all that, other trains, plenty of trains. For those who can afford, there is bullet train. And it's like, not everybody travels by aeroplane now. Today, crores of people are traveling by aeroplane, which is not possible till a few years back. So as incomes increase, as economic development happens, people will take to newer modes of transportation, faster modes of transportation. Yeah. So China has built this in Indonesia, which is not very happy with China. You should know this. Identify the correct statements given below. All of these are correct, and you should know that Lal Bahadur Shastri was born on the same day as Mahatma Gandhi, but we often remember Gandhiji, but not, of course, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. Now, let me take you to this fact that he was India's second Prime Minister. The first Prime Minister was Jawaharlal Nehru between 1947 and till his death on May 27, 1964. So, after his death, we had a new Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri, who became Prime Minister on 9th June 1964 to 11th January 1966. That's the day he died. You must have heard of this Tashkent Files film, which captures the story of the mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Okay, so I'll not go further on this. And couple of things. Okay, let me give you a couple of things. One, his samadhi is called Vijay Ghat, which is in Delhi. And second thing is he received the Bharat Ratna in 1966. Well, of course, he was the recipient after his death. He was the first posthumous recipient of the Bharat Ratna. Yes, Jawaharlal Nehru received it in 1955. This, though he was the Prime Minister, But Rajendra Prasad got it in 62 after after stepping down of the from the president's office, after coming out of the president's office. But remember this, Lal Bahadur Shastri received it in 1966 and he became the first posthumous recipient of the Bharat Ratna. Okay, post-death recipient. So, Lieutenant General Raghu Srinivasan has recently assumed the role of the 28th DG, Director General of the, okay, it's mentioned there, Border Routes Organization. What about the choices here? CISF, it is CISF, NSG, BSF, we have Shastra Seema Bal. Okay. There is no full-time Director General of CISF as of today. There is no one. Okay. There is additional charge that has been given to, I think, Neeta Singh, someone, but that is an additional charge, interim charge. So we will not write that name. National Security Guard is headed by M.A. Ganapati. M.A. Ganapati. M.A. Ganapati, Director General M.A. Ganapati. Border Security Force is another IPS officer, Nitin Agrawal. Nitin Agrawal. Shastra Seema Bal, Rashmi Shukla. Director General is Rashmi Shukla. Okay, Rashmi Shukla. Ahika Mukherjee and Sutita Mukherjee picked up a historic bronze medal in the women's doubles tournament table tennis championship at the 2023 Asian Games in Hangzhou, China. They're childhood friends and they won the bronze medal. On their way to the semi-finals, they defeated world champions, the current world champion pair, from China. Hopefully they win more in the future. I wanted to tell you a bit about India's total medal haul. How many medals did India win at the Asian Games? If you would wish to write, 107 medals. Total 107 medals. 28 gold. Now 107 includes 28 gold, 38 silver and 41 bronze. So 28 gold, 38 silver and 41 bronze. Okay, the sport in which we won the highest number of medals is archery. We won 9 medals in archery. 9. Of these 9 medals, 5 were gold medals. 5 were gold. So archery got us 9 medals, of which 5 came, 5 were gold medals. Then in cricket, we won the gold in both women's and men's tournaments. Okay. When it comes to kabaddi, yes, we won both gold, men's and women's gold. In the men's final, there was a lot of drama. I watched it. It was against Iran, and of course, we defeated Iran. But then, things weren't very good, at one point for India, because we were trading, but eventually we overcame, the points difference, and we finally defeated the Iranians. The Indian women's kabaddi team defeated Taiwan in the final. Now, there is one more sport in which we won gold. Men's hockey, gold medal. Women's hockey team received a bronze medal. They won the bronze medal. Okay. So, 2 sports in which both men and women won the gold, and that would be archery and kabaddi. When it comes to it would be cricket and kabaddi. When it comes to archery, we won 9 medals, highest kitty in one particular sport. 9 includes 5 golds. With which South American nation has India signed a social security agreement for professionals in the last week of September? Argentina. We have people working, Indians working in Argentina, Argentinians working in India on a temporary basis. So we kind of have this social security agreement, so that people who are away from home could be given pensions, so can be taken, their health care can be taken care of, so a lot of things that would you would get deprived of if you move away from your home country, now be restored in the case of Argentinians in India and Indians in Argentina. Okay. And you should know that Argentina is the only country in the world to be named after an element. Argentum gave its name to Argentina. Okay. Yeah. Today we will not take the capitals in all this. Who is the new chief of the India Semiconductor Mission, which spearheads a country's $10 billion chip subsidy scheme? Akash Tripathi is the new CEO of India Semiconductor Mission. Now, what is the mission of this mission? To build a vibrant ecosystem both for manufacturing and design of semiconductors. Semiconductors are chips that go into all kinds of gadgets. The phone has it, trains have it, aeroplanes have it, cars have it. I mean, you name a thing, there are chips everywhere. So the idea is to build not just a semiconductor ecosystem but also a display ecosystem, which is like LEDs, LCDs, and all other stuff basically, and to turn India into a global manufacturing hub for both semiconductors and other electronic stuff. Okay. By partnering with whom has Rujuta Bhosle won the mixed doubles gold at the Asian Games 2023? Rohan Bopanna. Let's not get there again. A populist pro-Moscow party, pro-Moscow means pro-Russia party, led by former Prime Minister Robert Fico, has won Slovakia's parliamentary elections. In this contest, what's the capital and currency of Slovakia? Well, choice 5 is the answer. This is Slovakia. You can see this in brown here. Slovakia. In green is Czech Republic. So till 93, between 1945 and 93, this was called Czechoslovakia. On January 1st, 1993, the two countries split. They had a very peaceful split, and that's why it's called Velvet Divorce. Velvet Divorce. D-I-V-O-R-C-E, divorce. Okay. Slovakia's capital you can mention here in Bratislava. It's already mentioned in the choice. So the capital and the currencies are mentioned. In the case of Bratislava, the prime minister is also mentioned in the question. So I think we barely need to know more. But let's look at the choices. Oslo and Krone. Oslo is the capital of Norway, and Krone is the capital, currency. So Norway is the common word between Oslo and Krone. Oslo being the capital and Krone being the currency. Norway's prime minister is Jonas Støre. I'll spell Jonas. Jonas. Jonas Støre. S-T-O-R-E. Choice 2. Santiago and Piso. That's Chile. C-H-I-L-E. Chile. C-H-I-L-E. Chile. The president is Gabriel Boric. Gabriel, G-A-B-R-I-E-L, Gabriel Boric, B-O-R-I-C, Boric. Choice 3, the connecting word between Bern and Frank would be Switzerland. This is Switzerland. Where is it, man? The cursor is here. The cursor is here. Right below Germany, above Italy and France. Is squeezed between 4 countries. North, you have Germany. West, you have France. In the south, there is Italy, and in the east, there is Austria. So this is it. But technically, Switzerland doesn't have a capital. Switzerland doesn't have a capital. But Bern is taken to be the de facto capital. So Bern is the capital. Franc is a currency, Swiss franc, and who is the president there? The president is a guy called Alain Berset. A-L-A-I-N. I repeat, A-L-A-I-N. Alain Berset. B-E-R-S-E-T. B-E-R-S-E-T. Alain Berset. Okay. Switzerland has this system wherein one person who is a member of the Federal Council. There is a 7-member Federal Council, and each member takes turns to become president for 1 year. Okay, so currently it is Alain Berset for 2023. ALAIN, Alain Berset, PERST. Ankara and Dira is Turkey. The currenting country is Turkey or Turkey. TURKIYE. As you know, the president is Recep Erdogan. RECEP. Recep Erdogan. ERDOGN. Erdogan. In collaboration with the Ministry of Women and Child Development, which is headed by Smriti Irani, which paramilitary force will organize a cross-country bike expedition with Yashashwini to celebrate Women Power, CRPF. What is it? CRPF. Which is headed by Director General Dr. Sujoy Lal Towson, as spelled Dr. Sujoy, SUJOY, Sujoy Lal, LAL, Lal Towson, THAOSEN, Towson. Then we have NSG, we wrote a while ago, NSG, CISF, BSF, yeah, choice 5. Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Indo-Tibetan Border Police is run by Anish, ANISH, Anish Dayal Singh, Anish Dayal Singh. Which two nations have launched an annual joint naval war games named Sama, which is tag along, not is it okay? It should be tag along for together, yeah, or Tagalog Basha for together. That meanwhile, anti-submarines, surface and electronic warfare drills. Philippines and the US. Traditionally, the Philippines and the US have been close allies. That's because between 1898 and 1946, the Philippines was ruled by the United States. But before the current president came to power, there was a guy called Rodrigo Duterte who angered America, went into the embrace of China. Okay, and he called the president of the US, Barack Obama, in those days Barack Obama, he called Barack Obama son of a, I know it's wrong to mention that, but he called him a son of a prostitute. There is a worse word for prostitute, use that word. Think about it, man. Crazy guy he was. But Philippines has now gone back to the United States because they have a common enemy, China. The Chinese are there everywhere around Philippines, my friends. They are not letting the fishermen from Philippines go into the international waters around, around the island country of Philippines. Things are pretty bad for Philippines now, right now. The president of Philippines is Marcos, MARCOS, Marcos Bongbong, Bongbong, that is Bongbong Junior. So Marcos Bongbong Junior is the new president of Philippines. No, exactly new, but yeah. Which Asian country's inflation rate rose to a little over 31% in September from August due to high fuel and energy prices? Pakistan. Oh, Pakistan is in a very, very bad shape. There's a great deal of instability, political instability, economic instability, social instability. Things are not going well on the international front as well for Pakistan, because if you look at, its major ally Taliban in Afghanistan, they are training their guns on Islamabad now. The Taliban in Pakistan, Taliban in Afghanistan, not happy with their former masters in Islamabad, because traditionally there is a boundary between Afghanistan and Pakistan. It's called Durand Line, DURAND, Durand Line. Pakistan accepts it. Afghans don't, because Afghans says there is a large stretch of territory on the other side of the Durand border, which is in Afghanistan, which is in Pakistan, and we believe it's ours. So it is ours. But Pakistan says no, no, it is ours. So there is a lot of anger in Kabul now. Not just that, you know, the Pakistani government has given warning to 1.5 million, that is 15 lakh Afghan refugees in Pakistan to vacate the country, to leave the country. So, I mean, things are pretty bad between these two countries. There is no money to pay, so they are completely dependent on China today. Yeah, whatever money they get in, in terms of loans or something, it goes to make payments on previous loans. Who is the caretaker Prime Minister of Pakistan? The caretaker Prime Minister of Pakistan is Anwar, 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 or you could say Anwar ul Haq Kakar. I know it's a lot of things. Anwar ul Haq HAQ Kakar Kaar Kakar. Okay, is the interim Prime Minister. We know about Maldives, we know Sri Lanka also. Bhutan's Prime Minister is Shering Lote, TSHERING, Shering Lote, LOTAY. Shering Lote. Myanmar is run by Prime Minister Min, MIN, Min Liang, HLAING, Min Liang. Min Liang Ong, AUNG. He is a military dictator there. Who has been named the ICC Global Ambassador for Men's Cricket World Cup 2023? Sachin Tendulkar, who also happens to be the highest run getter in the history of World Cup cricket. Yeah, he scored 2278 runs. I followed the career of Sachin quite closely. So I remember the number 2278 runs he has scored in the World Cup so far. Yeah, look what so far. I mean, he is not playing anymore. So, and this year the World Cup is being held in India in 12 locations, but the next World Cup will be held in 2027 in 3 countries. So 2027 Cricket World Cup in 3 countries: South Africa, Zimbabwe, I spell ZIMBABWE. Okay, Zimbabwe, and Namibia, NAMIBIA. I repeat, NAMIBIA, Namibia. So these 3 countries will host the next World Cup. And which country has won the most titles? Australia, 5 titles. Australia, 5 titles. Yeah. Which site has made history by becoming the first in India to be a green energy archaeological site? Shore Temple in Tamil Nadu, built by Narasimhavarman Pallava. Narasimhavarman Pallava. He belonged to the Pallava dynasty, and this was around 8th century. That's about 1400 years, 1300 years. Okay, so between 12 and 1300 years. This is a shore temple. This is used with stones. This is built by stones. It's slightly different from a rock cut temple, which is like chiseling rock is different from what we call using stones to build this temple. Okay, and there is this great temple called the Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala, Trivandrum, Kerala. Konark Sun temple, of course, is in Konark, Odisha. Mahabaleshwar temple, Karnataka. What about Somnath Mandir? Somnath Mandir is in Gujarat. For the first time, who among the following persons has been removed as the US House of Representatives Speaker? Kevin McCarthy. He was ousted. So even though the Republicans had a majority in the House of Representatives, he lost. He is a Republican. He lost the president's sorry, the speaker's position. Why? Because a particular no confidence motion was laid. All the Democrats voted in favor of the no confidence, and there were some Republicans who were far right. They were angry with him for having dealt with the Democrats. Yeah, and of course they are also angry with him for having, sanctioned extra money for Ukraine. Yeah, these far right Republicans are angry now. As of today, there is no Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. They have 435 seats. 435 seats in the House of Representatives, which is their lower house. Okay. Then look at the choice 2, Steve Scalise. He was said to be the front runner, to succeed Kevin McCarthy, but as of today, he has dropped out. India's first solar roof cycling track with a 23-kilometer track was recently inaugurated in my city, Hyderabad. It's a good development, but unfortunately, a video went viral where they showed buffaloes using the cycle track. Yeah, buffaloes going in a single file, one after the other. Yeah, crazy. We may have world-class infrastructure, but if we don't know how to protect it, how to take care of it, how to use it for the right purposes, we will definitely, not reap the benefits of such good infrastructure. With a median download speed of about 50 Mbps as of August this year, India has been ranked 47. So UCLA came out with this speed test. Okay, it came out with two speed tests on two parameters. Two categories. One fixed mobile, fixed what we call broadband at home, Wi-Fi and all that. Second, of course, is mobile. So if you look at 47, by the way, which is the world's first, which country has the world's fastest, mobile internet speed? The fastest mobile internet speed is in the UAE. The UAE, my friends, United Arab Emirates. So rank 1 under mobile, UAE. Okay, what's the speed? India has 50. Yeah, the UAE has 210 Mbps. 210 Mbps speed, download speed in the United Arab Emirates. Okay, India's rank 47. We has speed of 50, as the question talks about. What about the United States? The United States speed is 85. That would bring in the US in the 17th position. Sorry, 19th position. So let me repeat: 1 UAE 210 Mbps. 19 US at 210, sorry, not 210, it is mobile now, 85 Mbps, megabytes per second. Okay, and India in the 47th position, speed 50 Mbps per. Which country has the lowest, ranks lowest? In this case, there were 145 countries that were surveyed on mobile internet. The speed of mobile internet in Cuba was the lowest. So rank 147, lowest. Cuba 4.3 Mbps. 4.3 Mbps. So Cuba has 4.3 and the United Arab Emirates has 210. US has 85, India has 50. What about fixed broadband? Fixed broadband, world number 1 is Singapore. Yeah, Singapore 254 Mbps. 254 Mbps. 6 US 210. Yeah, now it's 210. 6 US 210. India's rank 86. India 86. 54 is the speed, 54 Mbps. See this, Singapore 254, India 54. Then last country, this time there were 182 countries. Again Cuba. 1.9 Mbps. Very, very slow. The central government had its project, its contribution to complete the stalled North Koel irrigation project and interstate irrigation project spanning Bihar and Jharkhand. So if you want to write, I can just give you some couple of points here. North Koel irrigation project, underline that first point. Built on river North Koel. Built on river North Koel. Okay, comma, tributary of Son river, S-O-N, Son, you can write S-O-N-E also, Son river, in brackets, tributary of Ganga. So Ganga's tributary Son, tributary of Son being, North Koel, that's where they were building this. Next, what is the main purpose? Of course, any irrigation project has two main purposes: generate electricity and, more importantly, supplying water, both for irrigation and domestic use, sometimes industrial use as well. So, it was started in 1977, but the project was more or less stopped in 1993. Why was it stopped? Because of probable submergence of the Palamu, national park. Palamu National Park. There is Betla National Park, Tiger Reserve as well. So there was this fear that building a reservoir could submerge these particular things. So, okay. The Appointments Committee of the Cabinet has approved extension of Amit Agrawal as the CEO of UDI, Unique Identification Authority of India Limited. Unique Identification Authority of India, UDI. NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. I repeat, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Run by KV Shaji, KV, K.V. Shaji, SHAJI. Next, FSIB, Financial Services Institution Bureau. Financial Services Institution Bureau. Chairman Bhanu Pratap Sharma. NPCI is National Payments Corporation of India. National Payments Corporation of India. Run by CEO and MD Dilip Aspe, ASBE, Aspe. Look at choice 1, Niti Aayog. Run by Parmeshwaran Iyer. There is BVR Subramaniam also. Yeah. Okay. Who among the following has become India's first deaf lawyer to argue in the Supreme Court of India? Sarah Sunny. The bench, constitutional bench, had an interpreter, for Sarah Sunny. So this is a very inspirational story. Now, deaf people could practice is a wonderful thing, my friends. According to a new report by Freedom House, global internet freedom has declined. See, we'll not get into this. Most of these rankings are done from the viewpoints of the West. Their understanding of democracy is very different from our understanding. Now, if you look at something simple, France yesterday evening banned pro-Palestinian demonstrations. Okay. Now, if we had done this, they would have said that this is an assault on freedom of expression and everything. So when they do it in the name of, when the West does it in the name of freedom, in the name of law and order, it's okay. When we do it, it's not okay. It's not okay. Yeah. So I generally discount such, what we say, surveys. From here, the questions relate to only Nobel Prizes. Fair? So I'm going to talk about Nobel Prizes. I'm going to give you, because the names are already here and for what they have won, that's also mentioned. Okay. I'm going to give the names of the countries to which these guys belong. Fair? Who has won the 2023 Nobel Prize for Medicine? Nobel Prize for Medicine or Physiology. There is one category called Nobel Prize. You could write Nobel Prizes 2023. Below that, category 1, Medicine or Physiology. Medicine or Physiology. Okay. Medicine or Physiology. Dash. Catalin Carico. The choice is there in choice 3. Catalin, no, 4 actually. Yeah. Catalin Carico of, she has dual citizenship. Hungary, Hungary, Hungary and US. Hungary and US. Now, she was derided by Massachusetts Institute of Technology. She was criticized deeply, so much so that the university told her that your research is not of good quality. Your technology, the kind of work you're doing it doesn't deserve the kind of funding it gets. So we'll cut the funding and we'll cut your salary. And they removed her lab to a very distant part of the campus. And now she has won the Nobel Prize. Yeah. Catalin Carico of Hungary and US, Drew Weissman of US. When they work together. Okay. Messenger RNA technology. Then this is physics. You could write this, physics. Now the idea here is that these guys came up with, here it says for study of electron dynamics. So I'll not go there. I'll just tell you something. They, in this entire thing, they use this term called, their experimental methods have generated something called attosecond. What is it? Attosecond. You could write this atto, ATTO second, SECOND, attosecond. Attosecond. These attoseconds generate pulses of light that help they help these guys study electron dynamics in matter. Now let me tell you something. How big is an attosecond and how small is an attosecond? An attosecond is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 18. 1 into 10 to the power of minus 18. You can simply say 10 to the power of minus 18. Man, that's very small. How small? You have heard of nanosecond. That itself is very small. Yeah. Now this is 1 billionth of a nanosecond. 1 billionth of a nanosecond is an attosecond. Okay. 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 18 is 1 attosecond, or 1 billionth of a nanosecond. So what countries do these guys belong to? Agostini, Tunisia. TUNISIA, Tunisia. Ferencváros, Hungary. So this year Hungary got 2 Nobel Prizes. Cross, Hungary. Annie Huiller, France. Chemistry Nobel Prize. All 3 are right. So we'll just write the names of the countries. For the discovery of quantum dots. Fair. Bavendi belongs to France. Mongi Bavendi, France. Louis Bruce, US, United States. Alexei Ekimov, Russia. So France, US, Russia. Okay. Who is the winner of the 2023 Nobel Prize in Literature? So literature. John Fosse or John Fosse. John Fosse. For one particular thing, you could be asked this question like, in which language did he receive this? I mean, he writes in which language? You could write for literature in Norwegian, Norwegian, Norwegian Nynorsk language. I'll spell it NYNORSK. I repeat, NYNORSK, Nynorsk language. Okay, so local language, of course. You could be asked questions about his place, his works. So you write 2. 1. Dream of autumn, AUTUMN, autumn. Dream of autumn. Next, a new name. Second book, a new name. There's a long phrase. I'll not get there. A new name. Septology is 6 to 8. Just write a new name. Okay. One more is there. Yeah. I'll bring one more. Okay. Peace. 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 Write this. Peace. There are 2 more. One is peace. The other is economics. Right. Peace. Nargis Mohammadi. Nargis. NARGES. NARGES. Nargis Mohammadi. In brackets, Iran. Dash. Fight against oppression of women. OPPRESSION, oppression of women in Iran, regarding this dressing, freedoms. Okay. Fight against oppression of women in Iran. She is in jail. She is serving a 31-year prison term. Next, economics. Last one, economics. Technically, it's not a Nobel Prize. It's given by the Bank of Sweden. It's called the Bank of Sweden, or I can tell you what is the local name. Sveriges Riksbank Economics Prize in memory of Alfred Nobel. That's a name. It's not Nobel Prize. Okay, but anyway, it's called Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize for economics. What's his name? Yeah, what's her name? Claudia Goldin. Claudia. CLAUDIN. CLAUDIN. Claudia Goldin. 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 In brackets. For work on women's labor. For work on women's labor market outcomes. For women's labor market outcomes. Okay, that's it. That's all from me, Bharat C. Jain. Have a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. Stay curious.